Okay, this is our daily study of Pirkei Avot for those who have yard site for tonight, the 3rd of Tammuz. Louis Dolganow, Morris Flapin, and Rose Wexler. It's also the yard site of the great Lubavitcher Rebbe, perhaps the greatest and most influential, important rabbi of the 20th century, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson. So his Hebrew name, Rav Menachem Mendel ben Rav Levi Yitzchak, which we could use in Hebrew, Eloi Nishmaso. Died in 1994, so 26 years ago. We are in chapter 4, Mishnah 8. A link to the text of the Mishnah will be in the first comment below. Hu haya omer. He used to say, we're continuing the statements of Rabbi Yishmael ben Yossi. Al tehi dan yechidi, she'ein dan yechidi ela echad. V'al tomar kablu daiti she'ein rashayin v'lo ata. So he used to say, do not judge alone, for none may judge alone, save for one. Okay, so we mentioned yesterday that the standard Jewish Beis Din is a panel of 3 judges, and you accept the majority decision, if it's 2 against 1. But in theory, halacha, Jewish law, does allow for a single judge, like we have in America. It's usually just one judge judging the case, right? The default is you're supposed to have 3, but if a particular rabbi is considered to be a mumcha, a real expert, it is permissible for one rabbi to judge a case, but it's considered to be not ideal. Maybe if you can't find 2 other rabbis because he's in a small town and he's the only one there, fine, we're not going to let that paralyze the system. But Rabbi Yishmael is saying, don't be so quick to judge alone. That's kind of arrogant. The only person who judges as one is God himself, which is quite profound, right? That as a human being, you need to consult the wisdom of other people. It's a very Jewish value. Only God is truly one. And you need to bounce your ideas off other people. I mean, to judge a case is an extremely serious thing. You're going to affect people's lives. And so you need to be able to bounce your ideas off others, and you need an odd number so that there's a majority against one, or against the minority. And then it says, V'al tamar kablu daiti shehin rashayin v'lo ata. And furthermore, when you do find 2 other rabbis to sit on the panel with you, do not tell them, accept my opinion, for it is for them to decide and not for you. Meaning, don't say, hey, I only brought you 2 guys in because a Beis Din's supposed to have 3, but really I was the one to ask. Don't try to sneak in that you're really judging alone and you're bringing the other 2 in as a formality, and tell them, listen, this is what I think. Everyone knows I was supposed to judge this case alone. So you both, I really want you to, don't pressure them to both agree with you. It's up to them. It's not up to you. It has to be a legitimate panel of 3. So you see in this that I think this is similar to the case in the Torah itself, where Moshe, the great Moses, who is no one more wise than he was. Sorry, my son Ezra was crying there, so I paused it. Anyway, I was in the middle of saying that the great Moses was told by his father-in-law, the best advice his father-in-law Jethro, Yisro, gave to him when he saw Moses was judging this people of 600,000 men of military age, plus their wives and children. You're talking about a couple million people, and he was sitting from morning till night just adjudicating cases. And Jethro said, you're going to be burned out. I know that you're the man of God and you feel like it's all on your shoulders, but you have to delegate. And I think that's sort of in the spirit of this Mishnah too. And I would also say that while a lot of the Mishnahs in Pirkei Avot are directed at rabbis, they really can be applied to all people. So don't judge alone. What a great metaphor for all of us in any case in life, even if you're not literally sitting on a panel as a judge in some kind of court case, but always bring in other people. Sometimes we deal with our problems very much alone. Only God is alone or is able to deal with his problems alone. Bring in others, bring in 2 others. So you have 2 people, you have a multiplicity of opinions to bounce something idea, and don't judge anything difficult in life alone. Always bring others to bounce ideas off of. So it's just good life advice in general. Okay, with that, we'll say the Malay. El Malay Rachamim Shochein Bamiromim Hamitzei Menucha Nechon Al Kanfei HaShechina B'Malos Kedoshim B'Tahorim Kazar Harakia Masirim Es Nishmas Morenu Harav Menachem Mendel Ben Harav Levi Yitzchak V'Yas Kol HaSkaros Shel HaLayla Shalchu Li Olamam Ba'avor Shemispalim Bad Haskaras Nishmasam B'Gan Eden Tehe Menuchasam Lachein Bal Harachamim Yastireim B'Seser Kanafav Li Olamim Yitzror B'Tzorah Chaim Es Nishmasam Adonai Hu Nachlasam Yanuchu B'Shalom Mishkavasam Minomar Amen. And in English, O God, full of mercy, who dwells on high, grant proper rest on the wings of the divine presence and the lofty levels of the holy and pure, who shine like the glow of the firmament, for the souls of our teacher, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, as well as Louis Dolgenau, Morris Flapen, and Rose Wexler, whose yard sites are tonight, the 3rd of Tammuz. May their resting place be in the Garden of Eden. Therefore may the Master of Mercy shelter them in the shelter of his wings for eternity. May he bind their soul in the bond of life. Hashem is their heritage. May they rest in peace. And let us say Amen.